Adjektif atau kata sifat dalam bahasa Indonesia merupakan bagian dari part of speech yang sangat penting. Karena adjektif biasanya digunakan untuk membatasi noun atau kata benda dan pronoun atau kata ganti yang bersifat umum. Berikut akan dipaparkan pengertian, jenis, dan contoh fungsi adjektif. Pengertian adjektif. Adjektif atau kata sifat adalah kata yang berfungsi untuk menjelaskan, menggambarkan, atau membatasi kata ganti, pronoun, atau kata benda noun yang masih general. Pemakaian adjektif dapat dicontohkan dengan frasa di bawah ini. Car atau umum, black car spesifik, fancy black car lebih spesifik lagi, the fancy black sport car sangat spesifik. Ketika seseorang menyebut car, kita belum tahu seperti apa mobilnya dimaksud karena masih terlalu umum. Namun, dengan menambahkan adjektif seperti fancy, black, dan sport, mobil menjadi spesifik dan mudah dikenali. Dalam hal ini, semakin banyak adjektif yang disematkan, semakin spesifik noun yang dimaksud. Adjektif dipakai untuk memberikan batasan terhadap noun atau pronoun yang masih umum seperti ini. Jenis dan contoh adjektif. Berikut jenis dan contoh adjektif dalam bahasa Inggris. Yang pertama, descriptive nouns. Descriptive adjektif adalah adjektif yang menggambarkan atau menjelaskan keadaan noun atau pronoun yang meliputi ukuran, bentuk, warna, bau, rasa, dan sebagainya. Contohnya, a handsome, tall, young, smiling, white man. Two large, old, abandoned houses. Her small, round, pink face. A valuable, old gold watch. A sympathetic, beautiful, young English teacher. Jenis berikutnya yaitu limiting adjectives. Limiting adjective adalah adjektif yang mempersulit atau membatasi noun atau pronoun tanpa memberikan informasi mengenai keadaan, jenisnya, dan sebagainya. Limiting adjective dikelompokkan menjadi 8 bagian, yaitu yang pertama, possessive adjective. Possessive adjective adalah adjektif kepemilikan yang harus diikuti oleh noun. Yang kedua yaitu possessive proper adjective. Possessive proper adjective adalah kepemilikan yang menggunakan noun sebagai adjektifnya. Yang ketiga yaitu demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective adalah kata tunjuk yang diikuti oleh noun. Yang keempat, article adjective. Article adjective adalah kata sandang yang diletakkan di depan noun. Anggota a, dan an. A atau an digunakan untuk singular noun atau kata benda tunggal yang masih bersifat umum atau belum jelas. Contohnya, a baseball is round. Yang dimaksudkan di sini adalah bola base secara umum. Yang kelima yaitu exclamatory adjective. Exclamatory adjective adalah adjektif yang digunakan dalam berseru. Contohnya, the student is bright. He can solve the difficult problems. What a bright boy the student is. Betapa pandainya dia. Yang keenam yaitu interrogative adjective. Interrogative adjective adalah adjektif yang digunakan untuk bertanya. Yang ketujuh, numeral adjective. Numeral adjective adalah bilangan atau hitungan yang difungsikan sebagai adjektif. Yang pertama yaitu cardinal number. Contohnya 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 1 person, 2 people, 6 people. Ada ordinal number. Contohnya the first line, the fifth edition, the seventh picture. Berikutnya itu multiplication. Contohnya single room, single process, double star, double degree. Jenis yang terakhir yaitu adjective of indefinite quantity. Indefinite quantity adalah jumlah tak jelas yang difungsikan sebagai adjektif. Fungsi adjektif. Secara garis besar, fungsi adjektif dalam bahasa Inggris adalah sebagai berikut. Yang pertama, subjective complement atau penjelas subjek. Yang kedua, objective complement atau penjelas objek. Yang ketiga, modifier of noun phrase atau penjelas noun frase. Yang keempat, head of adjective phrase atau inti adjektif frasa. Yang kelima, comparison degree atau perbandingan.
What is verb? in the language of the verb means the verb in the Oxford Dictionary. The verb is said to be it is used to show an action or state of being. So, it can be concluded that a verb is a word used to describe an action or as the designation or name of the action. Verbs can be in the form of action or action directly, but there are also verbs that function to express circumstances such as the verb to be, is, am, are. Verb shows action, bring, kick, read, or even happen, become, or condition to be, an attitude, agree, disagree, blame. What are the examples of verb? 1. Miss Ayu teaches in IAIN Sinjai. 2. Miss Ayu teaches English language in class B. 3. The students study English today. 4. They are very diligent. 5. They are writing the material. What is the function of verb? Verbs can function as a liaison between the subject and its complement. Verbs are usually the predicate of a sentence. Verbs also function as verbs in a sentence. How many kinds of verbs? 1. Finite verbs, ordinary verbs. 2. Auxiliary verbs. 3. Linking verbs. 4. Transitive verbs, verbs that require an object. 5. Intransitive verbs, verbs that don't need an object. 6. Regular and irregular verbs. Where is the position of verb? Verbs are usually used after the subject, actor, or before the object or complement in a sentence. In some cases, verbs may also appear before the subject if the sentence is of the form questions. Finite verbs. Finite verbs adalah verb yang mengalami perubahan sesuai dengan bentuk subjek dan sentence. Example, she reads a novel. I read a novel. I'm reading a novel. My mother buys a bag. They buy a bag. They bought a bag. They are buying a bag. Auxiliary verbs am, is, are adalah kata kerja yang bertugas untuk membantu kata kerja utama dalam sebuah kalimat. Auxiliary verbs juga digunakan untuk menunjukkan ability, possibility, and necessity. Example, I'm teaching English in the class. She is a clever student. They are in the canteen. Short question and answer. Pertanyaan yang jawabannya singkat yaitu yes or no. Example, she reads a novel. Does she read a novel? They are watching movie. Are they watching movie? My mother is in the kitchen. Is my mother in the kitchen?
What is noun? Noun includes all kinds of names, starting from people's names, animals, fruit, vegetables, product, brands, types of work, an occurrence, an action, or other abstract concept. How many kinds of noun? Concrete noun. Concrete means concrete or there or clear. Is a noun that can be captured by the five senses, such as the name of a person, place, or thing, and so on. Abstract noun. An abstract concept is something that cannot be seen directly or touched, but the word can be digested by the brain because it exists, like love, life, friendship, relation. Example of abstract nouns: freedom, strength, weakness, softness, violence, self-enhancement. Characteristic of abstract noun. 1. C. Patterns, difference. 2. Ness, happiness, sadness. T. Ability, popularity. Shun, information, solution, relation. Shun, decision, permission. Your, signature, pressure. Man, agreement, management, appointment. It, nationality, personality. Hood, childhood. Judging from can or cannot be calculated. Singular. Singular means single or there is only one. This type of countable noun explains how to make sentence with only one noun. Plural. Plural means plural or many. This type of countable noun explains how to make sentence with more than one noun. Uncountable noun. It is a type of noun that cannot be counted. The point is because there are many of them and it is impossible to count them, and they have their own units of measure. Example: salt, money, sugar, water, rice, juice, milk, coffee, eggs. In uncountable nouns there's much and many, a few, a little. Viewed from the general of specific. Proper noun and common noun. Thank you.
What is adverb? Adverbs are words that describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. The existence of an adverb is not an obligation in a sentence, but its existence will explain in detail the sentence about how, what, when, where, and why. Example: he drives slowly. He drives the car slowly. He picks a very fast bicycle. She rides quite slowly down the beach. She rides quite slow down the beach. I sing a song slowly. I sing a song slowly. Where is the position of adverb? Adverbs are generally located at the end of the sentence. However, it can also be placed at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle of a sentence. In some cases, adverbs can also be placed together at the beginning of the sentence, in the middle, and at the end of the sentence. Examples: tomorrow I will go holiday with my friend. Di awal kalimat. We usually play badminton in mid-sentence. She speaks English fluently at the end of the sentence. Yesterday, I and my friend went a swim at the swimming pool happily, at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. How many kinds of adverbs? Adverb of manner is an adverb used to express how or how something is done. Examples of easily, thoroughly, slowly, seriously, well, honestly, carefully, quickly, beautifully, happily, fast, blindly, irritable, carefully, quickly, beautifully, happily, fast, blindly, irritable, carefully. Adverb of time, namely adverb used to express when an action or event occurs. Adverbs included in the time category include today, tomorrow, last night, next year, now, recently, eventually, then, since, recently, in the morning, at the night, and so on. Adverb of place is a description that describes a place even in sentence. Explains of word included are above. in, down, near, somewhere, anywhere, inside, outside, way, far, there, here, behind, under, below. Adverb of frequency, a verb that states how often an activity or event is carried out or occurs. Adverbs included in the frequency category are always, seldom, never, often, sometimes, usually, and so on. Adverb of frequency. Adverb that states how often an activity or event is carried out or occurs. Adverbs included in the frequency category are always, seldom, never, often, sometimes, usually, and so on. Adverb of degree. An adverb used to express how far, level, or the race a customer is between activities or narrative. Adverb of quantity is an adverb that describes the amount or quantity, level, or the race a customer is between activities or narrative. Adverb of quantity is an adverb that describes the amount or quantity of something in a sentence. For example, much, some, a lot of, mass, all, a couple of, a few, a little, several, many, a number of, and so on. Modal adverb usually at the end. These three words should not be added because they have very different meanings. These three words are fast, hard, and late. Hardly, months, almost never. Not hard and lately mean lately, not late. For example, I read fast and efficiently. Bukan I read fastly and efficiently. He works hard. Bukan he worked hardly. Adverb noun is usually placed after the adjective or modifier, and if it is followed by a verb, it is followed by the infinitive, while a noun as an adjective is placed before the noun. But these shows are big enough sebagai adverb. She gives us enough time sebagai adjective. She does not play well enough to win. Diikuti to infinitive. Is located before an adjective or other adverb, and when it is followed by a verb, it used to infinitive, while to which is located after an adverb also has a meaning. She walks too quickly. Sinta studied hard. She studies diligently too. Here.
Pronouns. Pronouns is a part of speech that has a full function. Function as a pronoun for people or things. Besides one, it can include plants, animals, or place. Pronouns are used so that there is no subject in the clause or sentence. Example, give it to me. My father gives her a book. Possessive adjective. Pronouns function as adjectives, namely to describe the ownership of nouns. Examples, this is my book. This is your dictionary. This is his shoes. Her bag is expensive. Possessive pronoun. Pronoun that have the function of explaining possession. Possession, for example, mine, yours, his, its. Example, this book is mine. That pen is here. This book is now. Reflexive pronoun. Pronouns function to emphasis, which, if translated, becomes self. So sometimes it is translated as himself, you, us, or himself, or can also be combined to become like himself. Example, I buy it myself. You will be hurt yourself. The children can take care of themselves. Demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun are points that are not followed by a noun. This, that, thus, those. Example, this is her glasses. That is your bag. These questions are more difficult. Those can look expensive. Interrogative pronouns. Pronoun used to ask questions. Who, what, which, whose, whom, its. Example, who is he? What are you doing? Why do you come late? Relative pronoun. A relative pronoun is a pronoun that is also a conjunction. Who, which, whom, that, its. Example, I know the man who takes your bag in the class. The handsome boy whom you met last night was Jody. The gift box which is put on the table is taken by someone. I didn't know that the game was over. Some function of pronouns. 1. Subject. 2. Object. 3. Object of preposition. 4. Subjective complement. 5. Objective complement. 6. Question word. 7. Conjunction.